Hey friends, it's Jackeline here. In today's video I'm bringing my review, demo, swatches, and this makeup look using the brand new products from Fenty Beauty. But before we get started, and if you're new here, I hope that you can give me that opportunity and subscribe to my channel. Make sure you ring that post notification bell so you don't miss any of my uploads, and come and follow me on my Instagram. And now, if you want to know all the details of these products from Fenty, then just keep on watching. Let's dive right into the review of these new Fenty Beauty products. I have right here the new eyeshadow palette POSSE. Also, there's a new shade for the Flyliners, and then there are 3 new shades for the Gloss Bomb Hits. I really wanted to pick up the highlighter palette that comes with 3 different highlighters, but unfortunately it wasn't available at my local Sephora. I went ahead and anyhow placed an order online, so hopefully I will receive it soon. I think it's arriving on Monday, so perhaps we will see it on a try on haul, something like that. But I said, you know what, I know that a lot of people were really bummed when we saw that the eyeshadow palette, I mean, like, all the products were launched in Europe first, I think, if I'm not mistaken, and everybody's like, so what happened here in US? When is it coming? And I think they tried to make it happen ASAP. So here we are to this. So let's start first with the eyeshadow palette. It's made here in the United States. It costs $48. It has a shelf life of 12 months and it comes with 12 different shades. And again, it's called POSSE. Each of the eyeshadows contains 1 gram, making of 12 grams of product, and this is the Unicard. So you can tell on the back you also have the shade names and all that jazz. Now the packaging is nice and sturdy. Now let me show you how the palette looks. Here we go. So this one is also a snap palette, but on a larger version. So if you, perhaps you are aware or not, but Fenty Beauty launched last year, I think it was last year, they launched snap eyeshadows that you can actually buy, you know, 2 different ones, and you can just snap them, you know, one side to the other, and kind of like curate your own palette with preset palettes of hers. And honestly, I wasn't really impressed about the formulation. I ended up returning those eyeshadows. Honestly, didn't like it much. So I'm excited. I'm really looking forward to see if the formulation of this one right here is a little bit better. And yes, I have tried her first eyeshadow palette, and I think it's a decent palette. So anyhow, stop talking right here. So in the back you can see these divots right here are to snap the highlighter palette. I'm going to be putting a picture right here. So it's the same size, so you can snap it. Now to me it will be perhaps a little bit bulky, but it may be convenient for traveling too, because by my surprise the eyeshadow palette itself is not as big as I thought it would be. So let's just go ahead and open it up. There you go. These are the shades. Very nice pinky tones, more warm tones. There's a couple neutral shades right here. Yeah, I mean, there's a little bit of a combination of neutrals, a little bit more warmer leaning. There's nothing cool tone right here. It's neutral and warm. Really, really lovely. Very feminine, I should say. And it comes with a nice size mirror. So let's go ahead and swatch it. So Vanilla Cake, Ballerina, Cinnabon, LA Bronze, Nude Beach, Beverly Chills, Fussy. That shade Fussy didn't swatch the best. Just a little more. There's Fussy. Rock and Rose, Fenty Glow, Bourbons, Hot Chocolate, Get This Bread. And here they are, all the swatches. This is a very lovely color story, very feminine. I'm gonna go first with the shade Cinnabon. And I'm sorry if I'm not pronouncing it right, but yeah. So these I'm gonna just go ahead and apply it all over the eyelid. Refer 01 brush and the shade Rock and Rose. And I'm applying this shade on the outer third of the eyelid. Sonia G Mini Booster and the shade Bare Buns. And I want to deepen out just a little bit more my outer V. I'm taking the same shade and kind of going right on the crease. Now honestly, this shade is not giving me a lot of depth. You know, it's kind of like getting lost with this other shade, Rock and Rose. Okay, I didn't want to make a really deep eyeshadow look, but I think let's just dive into this shade, get this red, and let's see how this goes. Just tapping it in, same brush. You know what? It's getting just a little bit patchy up here. I don't know what's going on, but let's just apply a little bit more. Sonia G Builder Pro and the shade Hot Chocolate. And I'm applying it closer to the outer third of the eyelid. Okay. It's not spreading. That's weird. Let's try here. Oh. Again, I don't know if you're able to see it, but look, I'm pressing and there's nothing in there. Do you see that? It's not spreading. Okay. Nope. No, it's just leaving patches and I haven't fall out too. Okay, let's go ahead and apply it with the finger and see how this goes like that. Okay, with the finger it's working, so then okay, before I apply it with my finger on the other lid, let's do something. Let's go for again the same shade, same brush, and I'm gonna use my Matte Fix Plus and let's see how this works. Now, wet is actually working. Smith 253 brush and the shade Fussy. This is how much the brush picked up. Let's try it completely dry. Okay, this one behaved a little bit better, but look, it's not spreading. Okay, let's see. Okay, let's go ahead and get it again, and then I'm gonna go ahead and spray it with a little bit of Matte Fix Plus once again. Let me show you. Okay, now it's showing. Yeah, now it's showing. Let's go again with the finger application, just for you guys to see it. Okay, there you go. Now it's working. Okay, now what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go to this shade Ballerina, and I'm gonna apply it right on the middle of the eyelid. I feel on this side got a little bit patchy, so I'm gonna go back again to Rock and Rose, and I'm gonna try to blend it. Sonia G Mini Booster and the shade Rock and Rose. And I'm taking this shade on my lower lash line. Sonia G Flat Definer and Get This Bread. And I'm applying it on my lower lash line. Refer 03 brush and the shade Vanilla Cake. And I'm applying this shade on my brow bone. Same brush, and I'm gonna go to the shade Ballerina, And I'm gonna apply it on the inner portion of my eyelids. Let's move on right here to the Flyliner, and this is in a new shade called In Big Truffle. That's such a cute name. This one costs $22. It's made in USA and it has a shelf life of 6 months. Now it's the same type of packaging as her original in the black shade. The only difference is just this top right here is brown and this trim right here is also brown. So that way it's easier to recognize. And I really enjoy her liquid eyeliner. I think it's a really good quality and I'm super excited for this shade right here too. So just give it a quick swatch right here. Ooh, nice. Yeah. And it does look like a hot chocolate. It's also drying nice and not super matte, but kind of matte. Okay, let's go ahead and line the eyelids. Oh, this shade is not your typical brown. It's a little lighter in tone. I don't think it goes really well with this. Honestly, it looks a little bit more coppery in tone. Thought it was gonna be a little bit of a darker brown. Now, what I like about this type of tip from Fenty is that it's very easy to apply. I do have a lot of folds on my eyelids. A woman on my 4th floor, so with hooded eyes, so it's kind of hard to do, you know, a wing, and I will not dare to do those big wings either because yeah, no, that's not me. Completely done with the eye look, and in old fashion I went ahead and applied a little bit of this Diamond Bomb How Many Carats by Fenty Beauty. This is beautiful as a highlighter. The only thing I will have to say, if you don't like glitter or if you have too much texture, you may want to stay away from this, but this is gorgeous as a eyeshadow. Now, if you see a change in lighting, I film in natural light. I have big screen doors in front of me. I do have 2 big boxes. I shouldn't say big, they are pretty small on this side right here, but they are pointing towards the back because my room doesn't have any light from the ceiling, so it gets very dark. So this right here is the sun and I have no way to control the sun. Okay, so Fenty Beauty also has launched new shades of the Gloss Bomb Hits, and these are kind of like a lip gloss with plenty of pigment, but they also plump the lips. Now, I'm not a person that I'm scared of lip plumpers unless they really are like burning hot, like the ones from Too Faced. That's a big no for me. Usually the one that I use all the time is this one by Algenist. Is the Genius Liquid Collagen Lip, and this one just actually exfoliates my lip. I mean, really good. Anyhow, Fenty decided to launch her very iconic lip gloss shades Fussy, Fenty Glow, and Hot Chocolate, but on this formulation right here. Now, each of them, they cost $22. They are made in USA and they have a shelf life of 12 months. And here they are. These are it. So I have here Fenty Glow, Fussy in the middle, which is a more pinky shade, and then Hot Chocolate, which is kind of like not really chocolate, but it does have a little bit of purple in it. So let me try to grab these, friends. I guess this way. There you go. Let's go for swatches. I don't have any lip liner. I just want you to see the payoff of this formulation. Let me show you the doe foot applicator. Now, I haven't tried her heat formulation, so ooh, it's kind of goopy. There you go. Same doe foot applicator as her glosses. And again, I have here Fenty Glow. Kind of that vanilla scent, but it does have a little bit of an off-putting scent that, I don't know, let's see. It has some other scent in there mixed in. This is Gloss Bomb Heat in Fenty Glow. Now we go with Fussy Heat. Here's Hot Chocolate Heat. This is actually a very pretty shade. I didn't thought I was gonna like it. because it has kind of like a strange shade, but it's cute. Completely done with the makeup look, and I think I'm ready to give you my final thoughts after, first impressions of these products right here. Let's start with the eyeshadow palette. One thing that I like is the color story. I think it's a very feminine, pretty, subtle color story, you know, like very safe, you know, type of color story, because it's playing with neutral nude tones, pinky tones right here. I really like also that there's an equal amount of matte shades, so you receive 6 matte shades and 6 metallic shades. Now here the biggest problem is the formulation, and I'm talking about the matte shades. They lack of pigment, but mostly they lack of emollients. Therefore, I don't want to say they were not hard to blend, but they were a little bit hard to build up. They just weren't very impressive. Also, the shades are very repetitive. They have done this system that you have right here in metallic, 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 right? So if you were to put these two together, they are very close in shade. These two together, again, matte shades, they are very close in shade as well. So honestly, no, these matte shades are not that good, and it has been quite a while since I had so much fallout on, you know, from an eyeshadow palette. And you know, guys, if you follow me here, you know, for a long time, you know that I'm very gentle at using my eyeshadows. I don't tap hard. And here I have I mean, I don't know if the camera will be able to make you see, but there's fallout right there, and I have a lot of fallout right here under my eyes. The biggest disappointment right here are the metallic eyeshadows. Again, same lack of emollients on this formulation. I think there must have been a problem in production. That's the only thing that I can tell you, because they swatch okay, as you were able to see, but again, you cannot really judge a palette from the swatches. The swatches is just basically to give you an idea of the color story, a little bit about the formulation. But if you recall, you know, older formulas from even MAC, they were not, back in the days, they were not as pigmented as what, you know, right now we see with different type of companies, with different type of formulations. So I never judge, you know, any palette because of the swatches. And unfortunately, these metallic shades, they are not even metallic. If you decide to just go ahead, you want to support Fenty, and you just, you know, want to have this palette no matter what, I will highly say, first of all, you know, go ahead and do your eyeshadow look before you apply your base. That's one thing. Another thing too is if you apply any of the metallic shades, because they are just so patchy, they acted so weird. I never seen some metallics. I have seen metallics that they act like satin shades, but these ones right here, they were patchy. And like I was dragging it and they disappear from one side. You know, this is the way to apply it, with your finger or wet your brush. MAC Fix Plus or any mixing medium, even water will work, but go ahead and apply it that way. That's that, because I mean, overall the eyeshadow look looks decent, but I see some patchiness right here. Here, I'm giving you a close-up. I don't know if you can see, there's the fallout right there. There's some patchiness right here, and even right here. Yeah, it's just like, I mean, the eyeshadow look overall looks good after, you know, mascara, but I had to work it just a little bit, you know, like it's not your typical, say, the metallics are not typical, the mattes are not the typical formulation, but there you go. Nowadays, with the quality of eyeshadow palettes that we see, I don't want to spend a lot of time, you know, blending and blending and blending and blending and blending, because I'm a regular consumer. I'm not your makeup artist, you know, I'm not going to be there like, you know, like doing makeup for a photo shoot. Does it make sense? So I will say that this eyeshadow palette, something happening here. I think something must have happened in production, because I don't even recall that the Snap palettes had this kind of formulation, that they were just like, what happened? I will say If you are looking for a pinky palette that has a little bit of neutrals that is newer in the market, go with the NATASHA DENONA Retro Palette. I know this is more expensive than the Fenty Beauty, but the quality is like, whoo, way better. You have pinky shades, you even have taupey shades, you have that cranberry shades, those berry shades in there, and also you have some warmer tones too, the lighter tones too. You have a really good combination right here. I have a full review on this one, and you know what, you don't need to rush to get any of these palettes. Holidays are coming. There's going to be a lot of different sales from the Sephora VIB sale, other sales too. If you're looking for a really good palette and you don't like too much of like metallic shades, or you're like, you know, I like more of like a subdued kind of formulation, go with Charlotte Tilbury her Instant Eye Palette in Pillow Talk. This gives you those pink shades. There's some neutrals, there are some warm tones in here, and these again, it does perform like a dream. Very easy, you know, very easy. This one right here, I mean, like, unfortunately, I will say, you know what, try it in the store. Right now, I think most of the stores, they are letting you swatch the palette and see from there, but I will not say go run and get it. I think something must have happened during production. That's all what I can tell you. Okay, now going into the Flyliner in this new shade right here. Honestly, it's not the type of brown that I was looking for, but it's a cute kind of brown. Perhaps because of the eyeshadow look and because I was so perplexed about what happened with the eyeshadows, but formulation, very beautiful. The applicator is great. If you have folds like mine, you will like this type of applicator. It's very bendy, it doesn't make a mess, the formulation is really beautiful, and it doesn't transfer. Now going into this Gloss Bomb Heat, this is the first time that I'm trying them, and honestly there's a scent that is a little bit off-putting for me that I really do not like. Does it feel like really like tingling? No, it actually feels like if you have I don't know, like a bag of hot Cheetos, you know how you feel a little bit of, it's just heat, exactly as the name says it, but it's nothing like, oh, this is unbearable, it hurts. Yes, it feels a little bit plumping, but it's nothing like bad. Now again, the scent is not the same scent as the gloss bombs. I will say I would rather go with the gloss bombs, use the one that I love, my Angelis, before, you know, to prep my lips, and that's it. Or in fact, if you just want kind of like a lip balm, this balm by Laneige, I don't remember how is it called. It's called Lip Treatment Balm. This one also have a little bit of plumping effect, but in the most gentle way too. So love the shades, and I think they are pretty, but I will just go with the regular glosses. Okay, my friends, I'm sorry, I wish to be a little bit more positive right here, but I also have to be very honest with you. Yeah, something must have happened on these eyeshadows. Yeah, and like I said, I placed my order for the highlighter, so keeping my fingers crossed. I will be making some sort of like try on haul video, or if you want to see just a separate video with those products, I can do so. You let me know what you want to see. And you know what, I would love to know from you, have you picked up already these products? And if you have done so, have you already tried them? What is your opinion about them? You know what, let's enrich the conversation on the comment section down below. And while you're at it, and if you haven't done so yet, I hope that you can give me that opportunity and subscribe to my channel. Make sure you ring that post notification bell so you don't miss any of my uploads, and come and follow me on my Instagram. If you like this video, do not forget to give it a thumbs up. Also share with family and friends, and until the next time, I hope you have a beautiful, wonderful day. Bye!